There's some things, I think there's a video of me just absolutely demolishing a chocolate cake. I don't know if it's in circulation. We'll see what we can do. The Use Your Voice campaign, essentially working to ensure that students are registered for the local elections. It's actually quite exciting to see that there were a very large percentage of students that went out and voted. But I think what I also really enjoyed was getting the opportunity to speak on Radio Solent, but also on BBC South Politics about voter ID in general, how it's affecting younger demographics, and how, if anything, that the regulations need to be kind of drawn back because it is disproportionately affecting younger people, people of minorities, people from less financially stable backgrounds, and making it more difficult for them to use their democratic voice. I think something that I'm really proud to have worked on and contributed to this year is the support available to students with regards to cost of living. So, I mean, our team did a fantastic job, Aisha, namely, as well as our head of advice and lettings, in setting up the student food pantry. So I worked with the university actually on switching to a different supplier. As a result, we actually doubled the amount of food that we had available to students. Another bit within cost of living that I'm really proud of is working with our senior leadership team on enhancing the block grant that we get from the university for next year. And within that, actually, we managed to negotiate approximately another £100,000 to go towards club and society grants, recognising the increased inflation rates and the cost of living impacts that are happening to our clubs and societies. And the final one that, if anything, has been like a really big project of mine this year. I can't believe I'm about to be sappy about laundry. When I first came to Southampton, one of the first things I encountered as a student was the difficulty with laundry, which is very specific, I know. Within my term this year, I've been able to be involved in the tender process and the tender specifications now that the contract's being renewed. And I've managed to shape that in a way where it's actually going to astronomically reduce the rates for students and increase the service offered, as well as a various amount of sustainability initiatives, recycling heat that's used, auto-dosing systems so students don't have to buy their own laundry pods. But it's actually going to end up saving students millions of pounds over the course of the contract. I never would have thought that I would have been able to have that amount of influence and evoke that degree of change for so many students here at the university. There are a lot of fun things that I've gotten to do this year. The Pride March was really fun this year as well. Persian Fire Festival, really cool. Very warm actually, it wasn't cool, it was warm. It was also cool at the same time. But I think the most fun thing that I've had the opportunity this year is actually work with our social media team, TikToks, Instagram Reels, and I think it's a really fun way to engage students and continue to kind of share the work we're doing, but give students the opportunity to kind of feed into stuff that we're doing as well at the same time. Dancing throughout SUSU. I'm not a dancer, never claimed to be. I'm quite bad, but it was quite fun, yeah. I think the strangest bit about it was kind of the public figure side. In particular, the strangest was being stopped in nightclubs and just having conversations with students about the most random things ever. Hearing their complaints, absolutely happy to do it, but it was just weird, quite entertaining. Very difficult to hear them in the nightclubs, I'm not gonna lie, and having to sit there on my phone writing notes throughout it was quite funny. But no, I mean, it was fun. I was glad I was able to help them in the end, but I don't think I'll ever be doing that again in a nightclub. Yeah, no, it was weird. Working at SUSU over this past year has been an absolutely brilliant opportunity. I was quite nervous at the start of it about how things were going to go, but the amount of support that was available to me, and literally every single person that works at SUSU is dedicated to ensuring that students have the best time possible they can while they're at university, and I think it's really reassuring to see that and then actually join that team and be part of shaping the experience here. And I don't think I'll ever work at a place ever again where everyone is so set on achieving the same mission. And yeah, no, it was really just wholesome, to be honest with you, the entire experience. So I would 100% do it again.